Gas. It keeps America running. As a nation, we fill up at a rate of 16 to 18 billion times a year. Most of us take this simple task for granted. But for this 50-year-old Air Force vet filling up a gas can in the back of his pickup, never again. It literally happens in a flash. What you didn't see is the man sticking the metal nozzle into the plastic gas can. The flowing gasoline builds up a static charge. If he were doing this on the pavement, as experts recommend, this charge would dissipate into the ground. But since he's doing it on top of an insulated truck bed, the static has nowhere to go but out, creating a spark between the fuel and the nozzle that ignites all the gas vapors in the air. A fire erupts, and the man panics, throwing the gas can, covering himself in fuel. Terrified and burning, he stops, drops, and rolls, but nothing happens. Here's where you come in. Put yourself in the shoes of bystanders to see if you have the smarts to extinguish this blaze. What would you do? A. Tell him to keep rolling and smother the flames. B. Use your jacket to beat out the fire. Or C. Dump the gas station's window cleaner over the fire. Here's what you should consider. A man is on fire, surrounded by gas, and he needs your help to stay alive. Right now, he's trapped in the middle of what experts call the fire triangle, the confluence of oxygen, heat, and fuel. To save him, you'll have to knock down at least one side of the triangle. On the fuel side of the triangle is the man's gas-soaked pants, likely made of 100% cotton, a highly flammable textile with a quick burn rate. It's no wonder they use it in wicks and as filler in gunpowder. It's also capable of soaking up to 80 times its own weight in oil. That's like a 50-pound dog drinking a 480-gallon hot tub full of water. But for this man, it means all that gas he spilled was instantly soaked up, causing his pants to burn faster and hotter than they would on their own. It's a volatile situation. How would you diffuse it? Being fast, you may choose to rip off your jacket and start beating out the fire. But would that get the job done? As any blacksmith will tell you, feeding oxygen to a flame is the quickest way to intensify the blaze. And by waving your jacket at the fire, you're doing just that. But there's another danger. Many modern jackets are made with synthetic textiles, like polyester. At just 350 degrees, polyester begins to melt. When that happens, your melting jacket can fuse to the victim's skin, like hot wax from a candle. Use your jacket to beat down this blaze, and your good deed could have bad consequences. But you need to fight the fire somehow. And as everyone knows, nothing beats fire like water. So you might think to pull the window cleaner from the wall to dump over the flames. There's just one problem. That's not just water. Some gas station window cleaners are mixed with up to 40% alcohol. Rated as a Class 3 fire hazard, the alcohol has an ignition point of just 100 degrees, 26 times less heat than generated by a disposable lighter flame. But guess what? Even if you were using 100% water, it still wouldn't be the right move. Because gas is less dense and floats on water, trying to douse this man could actually spread the burning petrol. Use window cleaner to flood this fire and watch your efforts go up in flames. So what should you do? The best way to attack a blaze this intense is to starve it of oxygen. And the best way to do that is to tell the victim to keep rolling while finding something heavy to smother the fire. In the video, the victim is on the right track, but then stops after just a few rolls. Not nearly enough to tamp out the fire. The man needs to keep rolling, making as much contact with the ground as possible. At the same time, double up his efforts by covering the flames with something heavy, like a non-synthetic coat or blanket. These bystanders had the right idea, but instead of smothering the fire, they tried to beat it out, fanning the blaze and feeding it with more oxygen. But if you and the victim follow the correct steps, you should be able to knock out the oxygenated third wall of the fire triangle.